know Mr. Harry, Mr. Darmanto. Thank you for him. I know you, and arrange this also. And also, Wayan Sukarno, Mr. Wayan Sukarno is the chairman of Denpasar Chess Federation. First, let our great guest to share to all of us, and then all of you can ask anything, anything about how to become grandmaster. Okay, maybe I can give time.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for arranging this wonderful interaction. Thank you very much. Really honored to be here. So, as Subri said, this will not be very formal. We can have an informal interaction. And so, I will just say a few things about chess improvement, how to become a grandmaster, and so on. And then you can ask questions. Is that okay? So can I say that?
Let me translate his English. Jadi dia akan ceritain secara runut, tapi nanti setelah beliau ceritain bagaimana mendukung anak atlet di Grandmaster, baru nanti ada sesi tanya jawab, question and answers.
Okay. So does anyone have FIDE rating here, or what is the rating?
Ada yang sudah punya FIDE rating? Berapa ratingnya, Bu?
1,999.
Okay, 1,600.
1,600. Evan? Huh?
1,700. Okay. Okay.
Ada lagi? Masih ada. Mostly juniors.
Yes, I understand. Okay, so in India, maybe 25 years ago, we were not very strong. We were a normal chess playing country, but we have made a lot of improvement in the last 25 years.
Jadi sebenarnya sama di India juga susah perkembangan catur, tapi dia banyak improvement, banyak perbaikan-perbaikan dalam 25 tahun, gitu sehingga mencapai seperti yang sekarang.
So few things are required for chess to grow in any country. Few things are required.
Jadi banyak hal yang dibutuhkan untuk bisa mengimprove di suatu negara.
So the first is a good chess federation.
Nomor satu pengurus percasi yang bagus, pengurus federasi yang bagus.
And second, many tournaments should happen regularly.
Harus banyak ada turnamen yang sering, yang rutin, banyak turnamen.
And third, many young children should try to play the game.
Terus yang ketiga, mesti banyak anak-anak yang suka main catur. Itu 1, 2, 3.
And then parents should support their children playing chess.
Terus orang tua mesti sangat mendukung, sangat mendukung si anak.
And good local coaches.
Dan kultur atau budaya lokal yang bagus, environment condition lokal yang bagus. Jadi ada 5. 5 things.
So all this generally takes time to build.
Semua ini perlu waktu untuk bangun.
So with each generation it should get better.
Ya, jadi nanti setiap generasi baru akan menjadi lebih baik.
Okay, so now I see there are many young children here.
Ya, sekarang Mr. Rames melihat banyak anak-anak kecil di sini.
So for you, what I would suggest is try to play as many tournaments as you can.
Ya, jadi beliau menyarankan bermainlah sebanyak mungkin sebisanya. Ya, jadi ikuti turnamen yang banyak, ikut.
So you should not wait for tournaments to happen in Bali alone. You should also be ready to play in other parts of Indonesia.
Ya, jadi jangan cuma main di Bali aja, tapi cari turnamen keluar seperti ke Jawa Timur tempatnya Pak Heri ya, atau ke Jakarta atau ke Singapura ya. Nah, jadi jam terbang itu perlu.
Yeah, so you have many other countries nearby, like you mentioned Singapore, you know, better Thailand, like that.
Yeah.
So you should try to travel within Indonesia and if possible go to nearby countries to play in tournaments.
Ya, jadi itu selalu cari tahu turnamen-turnamen di negara-negara tetangga kita, di sekitar kita, sebanyak-banyaknya bisa diikuti.
And second, you can play online games. You know Lichess, chess.com. So you can play maybe 15-minute rapid games every day, 2 or 3 games.
Ya, jadi kalau bisa juga online game di chess ya, chess.com 15 menit sehari.
15 minutes.
Catur cepat, rapid 15 minutes. Ya, rapid 15 minutes rapid chess.
2 or 3 games every day.
2 atau 3 game sehari. Ya, setiap hari 2 atau 3 game. 15 menit rapid.
Okay, and second, you should try to solve puzzles every day.
Ya, yang kedua latihan puzzle ya setiap hari. Ya. Ada yang nyatet, take note, go here. Ya, please not to learn ya, be not to learn, good not to learn. Ya, ya ada yang record ya, ada yang foto-fotoin boleh ya.
No, because like if you don't have many tournaments happening here, you can compensate by playing online.
Oh ya, umpama di Bali, di Denpasar, di Tabanan, di Badung, ada banyak turnamen, kompensasikan lapis dengan main secara online, itu caranya ya.
So if the competition is not very strong, then you should try to be like Bali champion in your age group.
Ya, jadi kalau jarang ketemu turnamen yang berat, ikuti turnamen Bali yang
Age group, age category.
yang ya di kategori umur, sesuai kategori umur. Ya, targetkan bisa juara. Ya.
Like under 10, under 12.
Ya, under 10,
like,
U10, U12, U14 gitu ya. Targetkan untuk bisa jadi juara Bali, baru jadi juara Indonesia.
And after you win in Bali, you should try to become Indonesia national champion.
Ya, setelah jadi juara Bali ke Jurprof, baru jadi juara nasional Indonesia. Ya, targetnya itu.
And if you become Indonesia national champion, usually you can play in Asian Youth Championship or World Youth Championship.
Ya, jadi kalau jadi juara nasional Indonesia, bisa main di ASEAN dan di Asia Championship. Ya, jadi sukses Fabian, Nasan, ya seperti Fabian, Pak Fabian, juara Bali dan juara nasional, akhirnya top Asian player, juara ASEAN ke Asia, lalu akhirnya sampai sudah sempat ke Olimpiade catur di Budapest, ya Hungaria.
So another important thing, if you like chess very much, you should practice daily, every day.
Ya, kalau adik-adik, anak-anak memang benar-benar senang main catur, mesti harus latihannya setiap hari. How many hours?
So depends on ambition. If they are very ambitious, maybe 3 or 4 hours a day.
Ya, tergantung tekadnya adik-adik ya. Kalau punya ambisi yang kuat, tekad yang kuat, 3 sampai 4 jam. Oke, sanggup? Latihan 3 sampai 4 jam?
So minimum 2 hours they
Yeah.
should practice.
Minimum 2 jam. Minimum 2 jam.
Every day.
Kalau kayak Kak Fabian, latihannya tahu berapa jam? 8 jam. 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in India,
training time.
in India, many young players they practice 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah. School is secondary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hard work is very important.
Ya, jadi kerja keras sangat penting ya. Hard work is very important.
So few things to prepare. As I said, you can play some rapid games every day. You can solve puzzles. These two I already mentioned.
Yeah.
And the other things, there are many good chess books, but I don't know if the young children, I don't think they can read in English.
Ya.
But I don't know if you have in local language, in Indonesian language or Bali language, chess books.
Ya, selain latihan terbagus itu sudah bisa baca buku. Buku dalam bahasa Inggris atau buku bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa lokal itu sangat bagus ya. Tapi ada yang baca buku catur, ada? Oh ya, Lingga ya. Ya.
Okay.
He reads book, chess book.
Yeah, so in India, like we did not have English chess books.
Oh.
Some 25-30 years ago, we used to get in Russian language few books, and we did not know Russian language,
Yeah.
but we will still see the notation and learn from the books.
Ya, pengalaman beliau di India nggak ada buku catur dalam bahasa Inggris, adanya dalam bahasa Rusia. Walaupun nggak tahu bahasanya, tapi bisa melihat notasi-notasi, itu juga bisa buat latihan, gitu ya. Nah, jadi kita sama di Indonesia bisa lakukan hal yang sama, inspirasi.
So even if you don't have books in your language, you can buy English books, and they'll have moves, notations.
Ya,
You can learn from them.
ya. Kalau nggak ada dalam bahasa Indonesia, paling minimal dalam bahasa Inggris. Terus nanti bisa latih notasi-notasinya, itu juga efektif, ya.
So if you have any chess clubs near your home, try to become a member and go there and play with other players.
Ya, jadi disarankan untuk adik-adik, anak-anak bergabung ke klub catur yang terdekat. Ya, sudah semua ya? Ada yang ikut Pion Mas? Atau ikut klub catur apa? Slam. Oh, chess slam. Kalau Evan di mana? Ya, there are 9 chess club in Denpasar City, and then in Badung, ya approximately similar the quantity.
So the children are going to the clubs?
Yeah, Pion Mas is Golden Paw Club. He's the owner of the club.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So try to go to the club as often as you can and learn from the coaches, play with other players, learn
Yeah.
from them.
Jadi sering-sering datang ke klub, terus belajar sama coach, pelatih, ya. Coachnya siapa di Denpasar? Coach Rio sama Coach Putra. Betul ya? Ya.
Okay. So maybe like if you have any questions, you can ask. I can try to.
Oke. Ya, oke. Ini sudah dibuka sesi pertanyaan. Silakan. Tadi Evan, siapa yang menanya? Ya.
Hi, I'm Evan. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
How to be a grandmaster and how to become?
Yeah, to become a grandmaster, as I said, you have to practice every day, daily. This is important, and you should practice maybe, if you want to become a grandmaster, maybe 4 to 6 hours every day. You should practice. So, how you manage your time between your school studies and chess is very important. So in India, what happens? Many young children, when they are very young, at the age of 7, 8 years of age, they normally don't go to school every day. They practice 4, 5, 6 hours, 8 hours at home, and they play a lot of tournaments. So training a lot and playing a lot, I think these two are most important.
Ya, latihan yang banyak, turnamen yang banyak, ya, jam terbang. Ya. Ada lagi? Eva? More question?
Okay. Now, how to become?
How to become Grandmaster? Okay, so you have to play in international FIDE tournaments where they give GM norms, and in 3 tournaments, if you play very well, they will give you 3 certificates, and with that, and you reach 2500 rating, 2500 rating, then you can become Grandmaster.
Ya, jadi harus ikut turnamen yang federated, ya, federated turnamen sampai dengan norma Grandmaster mencapai rating 2500, ya, 2500. Ya, Fabian is now 2400 plus. Jadi ikut pertandingan yang federated untuk dapat rating, baru mulai ke master, ke internasional.
You can ask in your language also, he can translate.
Iya, pakai bahasa Indonesia boleh. Yang lain ada atau? Evan masih ada? Oh ya,
Saya
Linda.
menang mainnya.
Oh, how to be still in calm when in tournament?
So it is not easy or maybe even possible to be very calm during tournaments. There will always be tension,
Yeah.
some fear. It will be there. We don't want to lose the game, so there will be a lot of tension in our mind. It's okay. It's not a bad thing.
Oh, oke. Ya, jadi kita menerima bahwa kalau tanding itu pasti tekanannya, tensionnya berat, tinggi. Itu diterima aja. Itu bukan sesuatu yang jelek. It's okay. Ya, dengan demikian kita akan bisa tenang.
So if I ask someone to run very fast, maybe they will run little fast, but not very fast. But if a dog is chasing that person, the person will run very fast, right? Because he is afraid. So that fear can bring the best from us.
Oh ya, jadi ibarat nih kalau kita jalan biasa atau lari biasa, beda dengan kita lari dikejar anjing. Wah, mana lebih cepat larinya? Ya, maka larinya akan lebih kencang ketika kita dikejar anjing. Nah, maka sama, kalau kita punya ketakutan, itu positifkan, ya. Ketakutan itu justru untuk lebih memacu kita lagi.
So if you are afraid of your opponent, or if you are afraid that you may lose the game when you are playing in a tournament, it is normal. Your opponent is also feeling all that.
Ya, umpamanya takut terhadap lawan kita itu normal, karena sama lawan kita juga ada perasaan takut juga. Nah, jadi mending kita pilih gak usah takut, sama aja, normal. Ya.
So the main thing is we should not show we are afraid to the opponent.
Nah, yang terpenting do not show, jangan tunjukkan bahwa kamu takut terhadap lawanmu. Ya, keep flat, ya, flat expression. Ya, don't show your fearness of your opponent. Ya, jangan tunjukkan rasa takutnya terhadap lawan.
And also in sports, every sports, winning and losing will happen.
Ya.
So we should not be very afraid of losing.
Ya, jadi di dunia olahraga wajar, menang kalah wajar. Jadi jangan terlalu takut kalau kalah. Ya.
So from chess we should learn that everything will not be how we want it to be. So there will be some pleasant and unpleasant experiences. We should deal with both calmly.
Ya, jadi di catur kita memang punya ambisi untuk jadi yang terhebat, tapi juga ada yang hal-hal yang menyenangkan maupun tidak menyenangkan. Nah, terima itu dua-duanya. Gitu. Ya, jadi antara ambisi dengan katakanlah menikmati prosesnya, itu terima keduanya. Oke, thank you Evan. ada Lingga, ada anakku Gede Agung.
Excuse me, Mr. Ramesh. I am Lingga. I want to ask a question. How do you coach Indian top talents to become GM and EMs?
Yeah, hello. Okay, so we have a chess club. It's called the Chess Gurukul in my city, Chennai.
Ya. Jadi Mr. Ramesh punya chess club namanya Chess Gurukul di kota Chennai, India.
And my wife Aarti, she's women grandmaster.
Ya, istrinya Women Grandmaster Aarti Ramaswamy.
And she was world under 18 champion.
Ya, jadi beliau sudah juara under 18, di bawah 18 tahun sudah juara.
And she is managing Chess Gurukul, so maybe I will ask her to answer.
Ya, beliau managingnya.
We start very young, at a very young age, like 6 years.
Ya, jadi Mrs. Aarti mulai umur 6 tahun, jadi dari sangat muda.
No, we start training the children.
Oh sorry, ya, jadi mulai melatih anak-anak 6 years ago.
From 6 years.
Oh, melatih anak-anak mulai usia 6 tahun, 6 years old. Ya, mulai dilatih.
So like in 2 or 3 years, they are already in the state or national level. When they are 9 or 10, they are in the national level.
Oke.
So 3 hours.
Dalam 2 atau 3 tahun sudah jadi di level nasional di umur sekitar 9-10 tahun. Jadi 2-3 tahun sudah jadi jagoan nasional, juara nasional.
So because they are trained, they are working very hard at home. What is your ambition, Lingga? What do you want to become in chess?
I want to become an international master or grandmaster.
Okay. So how do you work at home? Are you working at home or with your coach?
I am working at home. I work by myself.
Okay. How many hours do you work?
1 hour to 2 hours.
Okay. So normally what happens is we are competing with world level players of your age who work probably 2 to 3 hours. So then you have to put in more number of hours every day so you can improve your level very fast. Otherwise you will definitely become an international master, but maybe a little later. But if you put in more hours, you can become faster. So there is no shortcut to becoming a grandmaster or international master.
Ya, jadi tidak ada shortcut, tidak ada jalan pintas. Kalau Lingga 1 hari latihan 1 jam atau 2 jam, ya, BGM Aarti sarankan tambahin jam latihannya. Ya, jadi tidak ada jalan pintas, semua by proses. Tambahin jam latihan, kerja keras, hard working. Ya.
And also you must have a ambition, like a goal. Your long-term goal is to become an international master, yes, but you break it into small goals. So which you achieve in 6 months, you have a goal, then you try working towards that goal.
Ya, untuk goal international master itu jangka panjang, ya. Tapi potong-potong jadi yang pendek-pendek. Yang paling dekat dalam 6 bulan harus sudah mencapai apa? Contoh mencapai juara Bali, ya, local champion, ya, dipotong-potong.
Or rating, it can be anything.
Ya, or rating atau ratingnya ya. Rating mungkin 1800, 1900, 2000, itu dipotong-potong.
Normally the very top players like Gukesh, Pragyananda, Arvind Chidambaram, all these grandmasters are every day doing chess 24 hours. Like even when they are thinking, they are almost always about chess.
Even sleeping. Yeah.
So even after some very big camp, like 8 hours of chess training, they will go and play blitz. So that's relaxation.
Ya. Nah ya, jadi built-in ke diri sendiri ya, seperti Pragyananda, Gukesh, ya, Arjuna, semua itu ibaratnya melatih atau berpikirnya tuh 24 hours, terus-terusan. Ya, sebenarnya tidak terbatas ini. Ya. Jadi ya, we call built-in ya. Ya, kalau yang training camp mungkin 8 jam, habis 8 jam main sendiri 4 jam. Ya, it means 12 hours or ya 24 hours.
They never tired to play chess. Never
Ya,
tired.
tidak pernah lelah, never tired ya. Terus nggak pernah lelah. Ya, lalu selalu play chess. Ya. Oke, Linda.
Okay, thank you for your advice.
Hope you
Yeah.
will follow the advice.
Diikutin ya guysnya ya. Oke. Thank you Linda ya. Agung.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramesh. My name is Agung. Here, I would like to ask question. I already read your book about how to improve calculation, right? And
Yes.
I would like there's book I found about the position, dynamic, and static. Can you explain to me what is dynamic and static position?
Yes. So imagine now I have this water bottle. Now the bottle is here. Now there is water in this bottle, but the water is not moving, right?
Yes.
It is staying in one place. So it's static,
Static.
quiet, calm. Okay, quiet, calm. In chess, there is no attack on the king. Okay, there is no attack on the king. There are no complications. Everything is quiet and calm. So such positions are static positions.
Ya, jadi pertanyaannya Agung question. Dia tanya tentang static, dynamic, positioning ya. Nah, static ibarat air di dalam gelas itu stay calm, jadi tidak ada pergerakan, tidak memberi dampak, tidak mengancam raja lawan. Nah, itu static.
Dynamic means now we have the beach, ocean, outside, the sea.
Ya.
You see the water, how it is, always moving, right? So that is dynamic.
Nah, kalau dynamic itu same water, air, dan seperti air di laut, ya. Dia bergerak terus, nyerang, mundur, nyerang, gerak terus. Nah, itu dynamic. Gitu
So
ya.
a lot of things are happening very quickly, very fast. That is dynamic. If things are happening very slow, calm, quiet, that is static.
Ya, jadi kalau dynamic itu banyak pergerakan, ya, banyak intervensinya, gitu. Ya. Mau maju, mau mundur, tapi bergerak terus ya, dynamic.
Can I ask once again?
Yes.
How to improve the calculation in the chess position?
Okay. Solving puzzles. I think that is the most important thing. I would say for all of you who are ambitious in chess, who want to become international master or grandmaster, I would say you should solve puzzle every day.
Ya. Jadi harus setiap hari latihan puzzle. Kalau memang punya ambisi untuk jadi international master, grandmaster, latihan puzzle setiap hari.
So also like the number of puzzles, it can be anywhere from 20 to 50 puzzles every day.
Ya. Jadi bisa 20 sampai 30 puzzle every day. Setiap hari.
20 to 50 puzzles every day.
Ya.
Yeah.
20 until 30 puzzle.
50.
50 puzzle. Ya, siap, kuat.
Okay, and you don't have to solve it very quickly. You can think as much as you want.
Oh ya. Jadi nggak harus juga bisa mikirnya cepat, responnya cepat, tapi terus saja latih itu nanti akan refleks, ya, akan lebih natural.
Yeah. So while solving puzzles, first thing you may have a doubt from where I can find puzzles, which book, database.
Ya.
So for that I would say you can take any good puzzle book. At the beginner level you have step method book. You
Step.
can use that step method.
Step method. Ya, jadi bisa ngambil dari buku step method. Ya, metode langkah. Ya, step by step method.
So there are like 6 books, step method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ya, ada 6 buku ya, buku 1, buku 2, buku 3, buku 4, buku 5.
So you can finish number 1, then finish number 2 like that.
Ya, jadi selesaikan buku 1, buku 2, terus.
You can also solve puzzle from Lichess or chess.com online.
Ya, secara online bisa ada di Lichess sama chess.com. Puzzle, ya, kerjakan puzzle.
But while solving puzzle either online or from book, one thing you have to remember, you should not move the pieces while solving.
Oh, ya. Jadi yang harus diingat, mau online mau dari buku, nggak boleh. Ya, nggak boleh langkahkan.
So you should see the position, you should think, and then think till you feel I have found the answer. And if you think you found the answer, maybe you can,
imagine, ya.
yeah, you have to imagine all the moves in your head.
Yeah.
And then after you think you found the answer, before seeing the answer, you should maybe write it in a book.
Okay.
And then see the answer, see the
Nah.
solution.
Nah, jadi ya cara ya, melatih yang benar, melihat puzzle, tidak boleh menggerakkan, tapi pakai think, pikir, ya. Imajinasikan sampai temukan, tulis di buku, ya, jawabannya tulis di buku, baru melihat jawaban yang benar, ya, paham ya, bayang ya, ya.
So I had a student from 15 years ago. He was solving maybe 50 to 75 puzzles every day. 50 to 75.
Oh, ya, jadi dia punya murid yang sehari bisa 50 sampai 75 puzzle sehari, every day, each day.
And he became national champion.
Ya, dia bisa menjadi juara atlet, juara nasional.
Maybe parents can also ask, parents or chess coaches.
Ya, silakan orang tua pelatih. Welcome Pak Martike. Ya, he's the chairman of Klungkung Regency. Ya, chairman of federation.
I'm Guru. I'm asking you as a parent. I have 2 children, 6 and 5 years old. They both already can play chess, basically since before 5 years old. But I have difficulties when I want to improve them, because as we know that the children has preparation mode when they chess, and it's hard to encourage them to improve more. I already applied what you have been said before, about puzzle, chess, but in average only once game in a day, and some puzzles is about 10 to 20 puzzles in a day for both of them, in based on their own level in my mind. Do you have any other idea how to
Improve faster.
and improve faster for them?
Yeah. So few things. If the parent is also very interested, first thing we have to see is the children are also interested in chess. Sometimes it can happen, parents are more interested, but the children are not very much interested. So that we have to confirm that both parents and children are very much interested. That is one.
Ya, jadi syaratnya interestednya juga harus kuat, minatnya ya. Jadi orang tua, anak sama-sama punya minat yang kuat.
So the children love chess. They like chess very much.
I don't think so. But when I teach, they can play chess. But when they join tournament, they love the prize. But in the process to get improved, I mean the time to practice, to spend the time to practice is I think it's hard to.
If they are not spending much time on preparation
Preparation, I think, yeah.
at home, not enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is the first thing. So they are 5 and 6 years old? Age?
Yeah, or five.
Yeah, so they are very young. So nothing to worry. It is very normal. We should first make chess fun for them. They should enjoy chess. That is the most important thing. So that one thing we should not forget. They should not get bored of chess. They should not say, oh, it's boring, I don't want to play. So we should make it fun. That is first thing.
Ya, jadi dibikin senang, gimana caranya nggak gampang bosen dari umur 5 tahun, 7 tahun. Ya.
So maybe like there are some YouTube channels where they show some puzzles, they explain things. Maybe you can sit with them or someone can sit with the children, watch the video and explain in their language.
Ya, jadi bisa juga belajar di YouTube. Jadi itu menyenangkan ya. Kalau dia belum tahu bahasa Inggrisnya, mungkin bisa diceritain ya, dijelaskan. Itu juga menjadi proses pembelajaran.
So another thing is like if they play a lot of games, they will enjoy more. So make them play a lot of games online.
Ya, jadi you mean chess game online?
Chess games, yes.
Ya, jadi nggak apa-apa, kasih dia kesempatan chess game online, main catur online, tapi catur. Ya, not Mobile Legend, not ya, but chess game online. Ya.
Yeah, so they should play chess games, lot of chess games. So they can play even 5-minute games, blitz games they can play.
Ya, bisa game yang 5 menitan atau blitz game. Nah itu baik untuk dia menjaga terus ya dan jenuh, yang biar dia bikin senang.
So maybe to make them solve puzzles, you can say if you solve 10 puzzles today, currently I'll give you some 1 star as prize, something like that.
Oh ya, kasih dia 10 puzzle latihan. Kalau dia bisa jawab, kasih hadiah, kasih prize, ya kasih hadiah, reward ya.
Yeah. So if you can make them enjoy chess, spend more time with chess, they will grow faster.
Ya, kalau dia lebih senang, waktunya lebih banyak, pasti pertumbuhannya akan lebih cepat. Ya. Let me share my own personal experience. Ya. In the beginning, I also playing chess with my children. I have 4 children, all boys. Yeah, but I told them, when you can beat me, I'll find a private coach for all of you. Yeah. And then I hire a coach, and he's in here. Yeah, Pak Surip. Yeah, his Mr. Surip is my elementary basics private coach. He came to my home and coaching and teaching my children, and then become a local champion, Bali champion, become national champion, and go on. Yeah. Fabian is in national training camp now, but his elder brother and his the little brother still in chess, but Chinese chess. Xiangxi, and he's also a national champion and to international tournament in China, in Thailand. Ya, jadi penting sekali. Ya, is it okay if we have our children big ambition, big motivation, and then we cannot teach them anymore? We can find a private coach.
I think if the parents don't know chess, then it's good to hire coaches who can teach, and that also depends. Like affordable thing, money. You have to spend money on coaching.
Yeah.
Depends whether the parents can afford it or not. But if you can afford, I would strongly suggest to hire coaches and learn from them.
Ya, jadi ada dua opsi ya. Walaupun tidak bisa hire pelatih, ya orang tua yang juga mesti terus ngupgrade ya untuk melatih anak. Oke, thank you Pak Deddy. Anyone else? Ada lagi? Oh ya, Pak Step.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ramesh. It's a pleasure to have you both here. And I'm just gonna ask as a parents. So sometimes I don't know what about you, but for me and some other parents here, when we expect our kids to excel at chess, and they play well, they play very well, they become, let's say, the number one for this kind, this A, let's say it's A championship, and then the next time they play again, they're not giving their best, or I don't know what's in their mind, or they lack of focus, or they feel unwell, and they cannot achieve the best performance they can. And sometimes we as parents feel a bit disappointed, and some of us maybe get angry to the child. And I want to ask, how are you dealing with that? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So there are many issues in this. So the first thing is, if a child is playing chess, as I mentioned, they should enjoy chess. Playing chess, learning chess should make them happy.
Ya, jadi gimana caranya buat happy, buat senang. Nah, that's the challenge for the parents.
So first thing is, we should see what a child needs to do, and then try to find how I can help the child. So the child should enjoy chess. Now, can parents help in this process? Can we make chess more enjoyable, fun, happy for them? This is one of our challenge. This is one.
Ya, jadi pertama-tama kita mesti tahu dulu anak kita butuh apa. Nah, baru kita bisa memenuhi itu, ya. Dan buat dia convenient, nyaman dengan itu, baru itu akan menyenangkan dia.
So, how we can do this? One, at home you can play games with your children every day. So that way they know, like, they have to play a game with you or the mother, let's say, and that is something they look forward to every day. But if the parents don't know to play chess, then you can tell them, please play. I gave you some list, no? Like solve 20 puzzles from this book, play some 3 rapid games or quiz games. Like that, you can give them some work, so they do that, and then so the more they practice, the more they will enjoy chess.
Ya, jadi ajak main dan juga kasih PR, ya, kasih cari materi-materi puzzle, ya, make a curriculum, ya, as a parents, and give our children
So the next
chess homework.
Yeah. So the next is they will enjoy and play well only if they improve, only if they get better. If they are getting better and better every few months, every year, then they will enjoy and they will play well in every tournament. But if they feel I am not improving, I am not getting better, they will gradually lose interest.
Jadi penting untuk selalu jadi lebih baik, ya, getting better, lebih baik. Karena kalau ini tidak menjadi lebih baik, dia akan bisa down, ya, spiritnya bisa down. Ya.
So if they are not improving, they will lose interest, and then this problem you mentioned can happen. Like last year they played well, but this year they are not playing well. That means in this last 1 year they have not improved. So this improvement will happen only if they practice every day. So by ensuring they are practicing every day, and we should help them get stronger. That is the only way they will continue playing well. Otherwise, it will drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the other important thing is take them to a lot of tournaments. So if there are no exams in school, children will not study every day, right?
Ya, jadi perbanyak turnamen ya. Seperti kalau di sekolah, kalau nggak ada ujian, ya nggak belajar.
So that's why in school they will give exams every few months. There will be some exam.
Ya, makanya sekolah ngasih ujian setiap 6 bulan.
So to score well in exam, they will study. So same way, if we take them to a lot of chess tournaments, they will realize I have to prepare. If I don't prepare, I will not play well in the competition. So by taking them to tournaments often, and by teaching them to prepare every day at home, by hiring chess coaches, you can help them improve faster and steadily.
Ya, jadi perbanyak turnamen sehingga si anak akan prepare. Ya, makin banyak ya makin lebih cepat, makin faster. Ya, dia akan lebih ada kemajuannya. Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes when they don't perform, if you start scolding them, they might go into a shell, like they might not want to play again. So also when they play to win by themselves. They don't want to lose. So they are trying to give their best. So we have to support them.
Ya, jadi kita harus berusaha supaya kalau dia mau main lagi, dia bisa win, dia bisa menang. Jangan sampai kalah. Ya.
Yes. So if we scold them often, or if we give negative feedback often, then they will lose interest in the game.
Ya.
And they will lose confidence also.
Ya. Kalau anak-anak kita sering dimarahi, dia bisa kehilangan confidence-nya, kehilangan kepercayaan dirinya. Ya, jadi jangan terlalu banyak atau sering dimarahi.
So children who get scolded very often usually will not have good concentration or confidence.
Ya, kadang-kadang memang anak bisa kehilangan konsentrasinya atau percaya dirinya. Ya, itu mungkin natural ya.
So if they lose the game, losing is not the problem. The problem is why they are losing. Because they are not playing well. Why they are not playing well? Because they are not practicing. They are not learning well. This is the problem. So if we solve that problem, if we make them work hard at home, then they will improve. And if they improve, their results will get better. And we don't have any reason to scold.
Nah, satisfied? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Pak Fan. Any other? Ya, Pak Wandra. Oh yeah, he's from Tabanan Regency as a treasury. Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. Maybe I want to share my kids' experience. Usually, especially my son. Usually, when he going to tournament and when he lose the game, he's very upset and angry with himself. How I become? I want to ask you how to encourage them and make my son understand that whether you win or lose, is it okay? How can I understand? Sometimes because if very angry with that, then for the rest of tournament he will be playing very bad. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's very important not to get angry with children when they lose games. It is very normal to lose in chess. So as parents, it's better not to get angry with the children and give negative feedback or scold them. That is one. But the children themselves, they will compare themselves with their friends, with other players, and that will make them feel bad. They may get angry, they may get sad, they may lose confidence. All this can happen. So what I would say is like when they are young, we have to teach them what is success, what is failure, what is winning, what is losing through chess. So normally what I tell my students, even parents and coaches should understand this. So for example, we think this is winning, is good, and the losing, bad, and draw is okay. Draw is 50-50. Right? I think draw is normal, okay, not good, not bad. Losing is bad, winning is good. So we think like that, and we teach this to our children also. So if they lose, we get angry and all that. We become sad, and they look at us and they learn, maybe I've done something wrong after losing a game. So what I normally tell my students, we should learn to see winning, drawing, losing. Okay? So normally I tell like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Okay? So you can enjoy vanilla, you can enjoy chocolate, you can enjoy strawberry. Right? So same way, but they are not same. They are different. So just like vanilla experience, strawberry experience are different. Winning experience, drawing experience will be different. So when we lose, we will feel sad, all that. So we should try to take all the results equally. So most important thing is, what can I learn from this game? So I did something wrong in my game, that's why I lost. So what did I do wrong? Where did I make the mistake? Why did I make the mistake? How can I avoid these mistakes in the future? So they should think like that. And the other thing is teach children to give their best. This is very important. Many times we don't give our best. We do some casual effort. So you understand casual effort? Suppose you ask me to give me a ball and say throw it very far. So if I throw it like this is not good effort, right? This is casual effort. But if I throw the ball like this, that is good effort. So we should teach children to give their best effort when they are playing in competitions, when they are learning chess at home. So they should not be watching TV, play video games and see chess same time. So it should be serious work. So teach them how to work hard, how to deal with disappointments.
Yeah.
Then they will become very strong.
Also, how to self-healing.
Yes. So many times when children get sad after a loss, we don't even have to give any advice. We can just be there, maybe take them to play some other games with children. If they are playing in a children tournament, other children are there. So I would strongly suggest take a child to go and play with other children, some sports. Or they can watch cartoons, or you can take them for a walk, or you can buy them an ice cream. Main thing is they should forget about the loss. We should not analyze it too much. So we should not have a mobile phone and then the computer tells bishop f4 you should not play. So better not to over-analyze during the tournament. After the tournament is over, you can do that.
Oh, ya, jadi kalau pada saat turnamen nggak usah over-analysis. Kalau sedang kalah, ya kita hibur dia. Ya, kita hibur apa yang dia sukai. Dialihkan perhatian.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you Pak Wandra. Okay, maybe Pak Wayan Sukarana want ask something? No, Pak Heri Darmanto.
Terima kasih. Menambahkan aja dari Coach Grandmaster Arben Rames tadi bahwa yang terakhir itu kan ini bahwa antara menang, kalah dan remis itu bukan jelek, bukan baik atau yang tingkatannya tinggi, rendah begitu. Jadi antara menang, remis, kalah itu sebetulnya sejajar. Jadi menang yang baik, kalah juga baik, remis baik. Jadi baik atau tidak itu kan penilaian kita manusia karena merasakan dirugikan begitu atau merasa rendah begitu. Jadi di sini yang terpenting adalah kita bisa mengambil pelajaran atau tidak. Menang bisa mengambil pelajaran, kalah mengambil pelajaran, remis mengambil pelajaran. Begitu. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Pak Heri. He is the leader of national champion region East Java. When Kejurnas national champion, he is the number 1 region. He's practicing sports science. Yeah, information technology also. Yeah, I think is Mr. Ramesh and Mrs. Arti. They gave us their all experience, their all tips. Yeah, and if you want more, you can go to their channels. Yeah, or maybe you can enroll your children to online coaching. Is it possible?
Yeah. So there are nowadays with internet, you can learn chess online from any coach from any country you want. So if you are as parent very serious about your child's chess growth, I would strongly recommend have a local coach. They will teach in the local language. That is very important. And you can also have a coach from some other country. So there are many coaches in Russia. You have many countries now, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and so on. So there are many good trainers in former Soviet Union countries. There are many good coaches in countries like India.
Especially chess guru.
Not just our club. There are many other good coaches also in India. So it is, if you are serious about your child's chess, my suggestion, engage some foreign coach as well, from whichever country you feel comfortable, and let them learn online as well.
Kalau online training mesti dalam bahasa Inggris. Semua bisa bahasa Inggris ya? Kayaknya bisa. Oh ya.
Yeah, so it's good to find those children who understand English. You can hire foreign trainers.
Maybe someday we can go to India, yeah?
Yeah, so that's also a good idea.
Yeah.
One is, if the federation or the clubs, local clubs, you can, two options. One, you can bring coaches from other countries here and have a training camp. So maybe once in 3 months, you can have a 5-day training camp or 1-week training camp. So where they will teach for 6 hours a day. So this way they will improve very fast. So even if some parents, if like there are 4 children or 6 children, if the parents can get together, you can bring a coach here and you can have training camp, 1 week training camp or 5 days training camp. So this way the expense will be less. Alternatively, you can go to some other country and learn from the coach. Both are possible. In India, we bring foreign coaches to India and learn from them also. Earlier we used to do that.
Jadi ada 2 opsi ya. Kumpul, sepakat orang tua, nanti kita undang pelatih dari luar negeri, bisa dari India, bisa dari Rusia, bisa dari Eropa, dari mana aja ya. Atau sebaliknya kumpul bulan Juni when school holiday, ya June, July, we can go abroad, maybe to India, ya 5 days training camp. There are 2 options. Maybe we can talk next ya. Okay. Oke, jadi sangat berguna karena bisa kasih improve very fast ya. Jadi improvementnya itu bisa cepat, gitu ya. Actually last year Mr. Heri Damanto our in Denpasar training camp. Ya, berapa murid? Muridnya ikut? Oh ya, Guswin ya. How many athletes? 6, 8 ya? Ya, 10 athletes in 3 days ya. 2 days training camp.
So maybe 5 days.
Oh ya. Should be 5 hari mestinya ya, lebih memberikan faster improvement. Ya, that's good.
So you can also like if you have more children, let's say, so either you can just have in Bali you can identify some 25 children, or the whole of Indonesia 25 children, something like this, and online camps also. They can
Online camp.
yes, so the expense will be even less. So you can hire coach from anywhere, and they can teach online using Zoom.
Ya,
Yeah.
jadi bisa 25 atlet, junior atlet, mau yang se-Bali ataupun dari luar Bali, contoh seperti di ruangan ini, itu bisa online coach, coachnya dari luar negeri. Ya, kita ada Bali Queen Chess Club, Bali Queen Chess Community, mungkin kita bisa arrange. Ya, kira-kira berminat? Ya, someday we create ya. Yeah, thank you so much, Inspiration. Okay, then, how many hours? yeah, we are very thankful. Thank you so much. Yeah, we hope only God can bless you. Yeah, for your kindness, generosity to share with us. Okay, let's give them a big applause. Om Santi, Santi, Santi. We can make photo, picture, all of us.